Hey everyone! In today's video, I thought that I would go through all of my bullet journal spreads that I have gone through over the years since getting my first bullet journal in 8th or ninth grade. I didn't know how to bullet journal, so I had to learn a lot of this from YouTube tutorials and Google image searches. So I just want to look back, since I no longer use a bullet journal right now, and see what kind of crazy stuff I got up to in the days. So this is my first bullet journal. It was a gift from my uncle. I was very new to bullet journaling at this time. The thing that I did for my first bullet journal was do the month with all the numbers, important events, and then just to-do lists for every single month. And then I also did habit trackers, which were an absolute pain to keep track of. Here's the template that I used for my weeklies that I would use for, like, each week. I would have Monday, Tuesday, because I didn't have that much stuff to do. Tried keeping a gratitude log at some points. A lot of sticky notes were used. I'm a big sticky note fan. Oh, some other things that I did. In high school, we had a reading and volunteer hour requirement, so I decided to be all quirky and make a whole spread for it. And also I had violin and piano pieces that I wanted to learn, as well as some techniques that I was learning. These were my social media and technology goals for habits that I wanted to try, especially because of the pandemic. My bucket list. I read this book called Don't Call Me Crazy. It's a really interesting book about mental health and how different people grew out of their mental illness and decided to embrace themselves. So yeah, these are all of my weekly spreads. I haven't looked at this in advance, so it's a bit all over the place. You can see I kind of threw things out the window during Christmas break and did all of Christmas break in one spread. These are my 2020 resolutions, which was interesting. Looks like I did a lot of them. Let's see what else. I changed up my theme, I think. So now I split it in between school and home tasks. Here's where I tried to do habit trackers inside my daily. So now this is a full spread. Each of these symbols is something in my head that I knew what they meant. I have no idea now. Another spread idea is to lay it out horizontally and then have columns for notes. But I think in the end, this didn't really make good use of my space. So I tried that for a bit. Switched over to this. Ooh, this is pretty. This is when I decided to just box stuff up because day-to-day wasn't really cutting it for me. So I'll have like important stuff, due dates and meetings and stuff. And then I just make a big list of tasks to do for the entire week, because a lot of the times the stuff that I need to do isn't due right away, and if it is, it would be here. Habit tracker, future, either like next week, next month. Put some little goals here. I tried to make it look pretty, which I find inspired me a lot to keep using it, but it also takes a lot of time to make it look pretty. This was my attempt at a theme in July, so we've got a watermelon theme. The reason for this was because I had a pink and green highlighter, so you can tell I kind of milked that up a lot. Fix thyself. How inspiring. August was an ice cream theme, I guess? I still used the same highlighters. Mood tracker. That looks horrendous. School supplies for each of my classes. Interesting. Ooh, okay, September. I changed it up a bit again. To-do list and goals just for the whole month for an overview. And now I do big to-do list and then events day by day. October is cute. I think that's nearing the end. This is December. So some ornaments, a little snow globe. And I ran out of space in this one, but also it was the end of December. After a brief period of time, I used a black notebook, but then my friend gave me this as a birthday or Christmas present. I've collected a lot of stickers here. So this one came with all of the fancy stuff. So like there's an index for your key and everything. I did a year in pixels for 2022, thanks to some midliners that I got as a Christmas present. And I actually surprisingly managed to finish that. And then I did events for every single month of 2022. These are my 2022 goals. Obviously long term I couldn't really do, but the other ones I feel like I've gotten. This is January. We started off pretty lazy, pretty weak. Just a simple block and a long line. But I tried to make it look pretty. I tried the column method, but obviously I didn't really use it. This is February. I took these designs as inspiration from Google and then did the same column. It helped me get an overview, but it's hard when you have like multiple things on one day. I tried to theme it so like candy hearts, and then we've got little lollipops. And I switched it up and did an 8-day, like an 4 and 4. April is horrendous. This is probably my least favorite spread I've ever done. The theme was pink, obviously, but I tried to incorporate paper and like cutouts and stuff to make it look cute. Didn't look cute. You can tell I gave up and just drew a random flower thing. Spring break also kind of went downhill. I had a lot of math homework assignments to do, I remember. So that happened. May was kind of too hectic for me, so I just didn't try at all. Drew some squares, did some columns. June. This is from my internship. I would use these to track the days, so I added these back into my bullet journal later. Here is my summer bucket list. As you can see, I'm awesome. I did everything. Did lots of cool stuff. Didn't end up filling the space because I couldn't come up with anything to do when I had 40 hours a week of my internship. But as you can see, I did a lot more stuff. Tried out new handwriting, apparently. I don't do my A's like that. July is cute. I did like a little red, white, and blue beach theme. This is new. So because this notebook that I got has dot paper, you can adjust the columns however you want. So I decided to do rows, kind of like an elementary school level planner for each subject. I would do each section. So at this point, it's the summer, so I didn't have any classes. So I did events, personal projects, health, home, school, because I was still doing stuff. So you can see I kept that up for a bit. Did some journaling. Tried to do a reading log. That didn't happen. August, the Sunday of summer. You might see this from my internship vlog, if that's still up on YouTube. And my last day was this day, so I didn't finish scribbling the rest. I think this was by far been the most successful for me because I kind of segment different parts of my life into categories, and then I also associated them with colors, as you'll see later on. So September, college finally started, so I kept it simple. I did a 3D calendar, some calligraphy, and then these are just every Saturday and Sunday, so I did the whole overview, but now I make it a spread so that it kind of feels more integrated together. My first week on campus was pretty hectic, so I tried to plan out the events that I was going to, but never really happened because I just wanted to go enjoy myself. This was my fall schedule, and I wrote my classes, locations, and times on the side. And then I went back to the grid, as you can see, but this time I have my 4 classes, like my 4 classes with homework at least. And then I organized it for like events that I was going to and things that I was doing for myself. Now in my brain, even the notebooks in my for my online notes are associated with these colors. Like, I don't know why. Computer science is just green, math is just red. Don't fight with me. It's just what my brain agrees with now that I've done this. October, I really like this pumpkin. I think it's really cute. And the theme was just this shade of orange and this shade of green. Yeah, sometimes I'll get lazy, but I associated them with the color, so it didn't matter if the words were there. Here's November. I stole these leaf ideas from Google. That's where I get a lot of my inspiration, because at the time I didn't have a Pinterest account, so I would just look up November bullet journal spreads, and they would give me different theme ideas. So I did some leaves, did a little ombre. During this time I was having a really hard time getting stuff done, so I would highlight things angrily to be like, you didn't do this, move it to the next week. December is a cool one. Didn't do much because all of this was winter break. So I was really proud of this font, and then I just gave up on the rest of it. These are my New Year's resolutions. They are not up to date because I haven't used this notebook for a while. My year in pixels, also gave up on that. These are just all the months and days. Here's where the good part starts. I think I tried to be more, explore different paths that I could lay out my ideas for. So this is my January 2023. As you can see, I used these 3 shades of blue everywhere, and I kind of integrated the block letters into the boxes and organized it. Tried this. This was during Christmas break, so I didn't have classes to do things for. Tried to bring back a habit tracker. Spent a really long time on the ombre. This was cool. I used shapes with the colors to do like a little geometric thing. And then I did all 7 days in 1 week and then just blocked it between scheduled things, things I wanted to do at home, and things to do for me. This was my attempt at making another schedule, but my schedule got moved around a lot because I kept dropping and adding classes spring semester. School starts up again here. I tried again, dropped this class, added 2 more classes that aren't included on here. So in the end, I don't think I ever needed this. I just used Google Calendar. February, new theme, new 3 colors. We have purple, pink, and red. I kept it simple again because I realized that I wasn't needing it to look nice anymore because it became so essential to keep track of everything that was going on in my life. Here's March. I found a really cute theme and then it didn't end up going the way I wanted it to, so this is what we ended up with. I didn't want to touch it and make it worse. Yeah. This is spring break, so I thought I'd have a lot more stuff to do. Here's April. 3 new colors. It gave me baby shower vibes after I made it, but blue and pink make purple, so I just went with it. I decided, I think, that the weekend was just so merged together in college because it's just you don't have classes. I just combined them together and just put the scheduled stuff separately. As you can see, we're winding near the end of the book. And then this was the last week of classes, and then I ran out of pages. So I guess that is all we have for this bullet journal. And now I went to an event and got one of these planners, which is a pre-made planner, and so I don't use creative spreads that much anymore. I may decide to go back to it once classes start again, but since the school year has ended, I just really like having everything laid out for me. Like, I was able to put down all the events that I'm going to and then plan out my weeks. It's very up in the air. I'm trying to adjust from my bullet journal layouts. So like a lot of the times I'll just end up writing separately and sticking it per week. But yeah, that's what's going on so far. And this only goes till December. So we'll see if I find a 2024 planner. Otherwise, we may go back to bullet journaling again. So, thanks for watching.